Imagine waking up tomorrow to an urgent financial warning. Your bank balance is unchanged, but its power is weaker. At the coffee shop, familiar prices suddenly become twice as high. Even a simple breakfast now feels like an expensive luxury. Across the economy, everyday costs begin climbing at once. Customers enter normally, then freeze when they see the prices. Cashiers confirm the painful truth, while frustrated shoppers protest. Alex realizes his money now buys only half as much. His paycheck remains fixed while every essential expense doubles. Across the city, red price signals appear almost everywhere. Fuel prices jump and anxious drivers form long lines. Delivery companies immediately face higher costs on every route. Supermarket workers replace price tags throughout entire aisles. Fear spreads and shoppers rush toward essential supplies. Alex feels the panic but stops before following it. One person hoards, while someone behind them finds nothing. Alex compares products by how many meals they provide. He chooses basic ingredients that are nutritious, flexible, and durable. At checkout, his small basket produces a shocking total. He returns home carrying less food and much more worry. That night, Alex places every bill and receipt together. His old monthly budget no longer reflects reality. Essential costs consume nearly every available dollar he earns. Only a tiny amount remains for savings and emergencies. Alex calculates his financial runway instead of guessing. He measures his remaining money in days, not dollars. The answer is far shorter than he expected. He divides his available cash into 4 weekly limits. Every envelope now protects one essential category only. Shopping, delivery, and entertainment apps are removed immediately. Takeout disappears, and cooking becomes the cheaper alternative. Alex prepares several simple meals in one cooking session. He stores each portion carefully for the coming days. Food with the shortest life moves to the front. A dripping faucet reveals another source of silent waste. Alex fixes the leak and reduces unnecessary electricity use. Unused devices are unplugged, lowering power consumption further. Next, Alex studies every possible route to work. He compares fuel, transit, cycling, and walking costs. The car stays parked while the old bicycle returns. Alex rides past drivers trapped in an expensive fuel line. At work, commuting costs dominate the morning conversation. Coworkers compare receipts and discover the same financial shock. Management explains that immediate pay raises are impossible. Employees become distracted as financial anxiety enters the workplace. Nearby, a restaurant owner raises menu prices to survive. Many customers see the changes and simply walk away. The owner faces expensive supplies and increasingly empty tables. Alex begins studying how rising prices travel through systems. Fuel, transport, food, wages, rent, and retail are connected. When one link rises, it pulls the others upward. People also begin expecting prices to rise again tomorrow. That fear makes shoppers purchase earlier than necessary. Extra demand empties shelves and creates even higher prices. Alex watches panic feed the very crisis causing it. He creates one rule: never buy only from fear. From now on, every purchase must follow a prepared plan. Then suspicious advertisements promise protection from rising prices. Fake experts offer secret investments and impossible guaranteed profits. An urgent countdown almost pushes Alex into clicking. Instead, he closes the ad and verifies the information. A frightened friend suggests borrowing heavily before prices rise. Credit cards promise quick relief with very little resistance. But temporary comfort creates much larger future obligations. Alex calculates interest beside his already doubled living costs. Credit becomes reserved only for genuine emergencies. Next, Alex searches his apartment for usable financial value. Unused clothes, appliances, electronics, and tools fill one corner. He photographs the best items and lists them online. A buyer arrives and collects an old electronic device. Alex places the payment directly into his emergency reserve. Then he examines the practical skills he already possesses. Repair, cooking, budgeting, planning, and organization can create value. Alex begins offering affordable bicycle repairs to nearby residents. He restores a loose chain for one grateful neighbor. The neighbor pays a small, fair price for the repair. Alex also helps a family plan affordable weekly meals. Cheap ingredients become several different nutritious meal combinations. A local shop owner needs help reducing delivery expenses. Alex redesigns the routes to remove unnecessary travel. Fuel use falls, and the shop saves valuable money. Alex records 3 new income sources in his notebook. Together, they support the paycheck like additional stable pillars. Maya arrives with her own notebook of changing prices. She compares several stores instead of trusting yesterday's memory. Her chart separates foods that remain affordable from costly ones. Maya replaces expensive foods with cheaper, nutritious alternatives. Alex and Maya organize a coordinated neighborhood bulk purchase. Several families divide one large rice supply fairly. They combine shopping trips and share transportation expenses. A community tool shelf reduces unnecessary duplicate purchases. Neighbors begin exchanging useful skills instead of spending cash. Teaching one child can be exchanged for one bicycle repair. Alex watches this local support network become stronger. But scarcity also attracts dishonest sellers and fake products. The group inspects suspicious cooking oil and rejects it. Another resident attempts to sell water at an extreme price. Neighbors refuse and share fair price information publicly. Their board identifies reliable stores, supplies, and current costs. Cooperation turns information into another form of protection. Weeks pass, yet the city's high prices remain. Alex keeps cycling, cooking, repairing, and monitoring every expense. Almost no usable food now enters his waste container. His emergency reserve remains small but finally stable. Payments arrive from repairs, planning, and organization work. High prices remain, yet Alex no longer reacts with panic. Eventually, the fastest price increases begin to slow. Store shelves refill, although prices stay above the past. Customers now compare products before making every decision. The restaurant adapts with simpler meals and smaller portions. Delivery vehicles follow Alex's shorter and more efficient routes. Alex compares his fragile old budget with the new one. The old plan depended on cheap prices and constant convenience. The new plan includes reserves, skills, alternatives, and multiple incomes. Alex stores essential food carefully without creating waste. Cash, tools, savings, transport, and supplies create real flexibility. Maya keeps the neighborhood information board accurate and updated. Alex now sees luxury spending as lost survival time. He can spend, save, adapt, or create another income path. When prices rise, shared resources and strong relationships preserve choices.
Imagine waking up rich, yet unable to buy breakfast. Your money remains visible, but it cannot move anywhere. Across the city, every payment system suddenly stops working. Phones disconnect, digital wallets freeze, and banking apps fail. Cash machines reject everyone, regardless of their account balance. Cards fail, scanners freeze, and checkout lines stop moving. Within minutes, the modern economy stands completely still. This is when Alex discovers how fragile convenience really is. His coffee is ready, but no payment method works. Alex laughs nervously, but the cashier does not laugh. Confusion spreads quickly, turning patience into anger and fear. Everyone searches for another machine, but every machine fails. People grab water, food, medicine, batteries, and basic supplies. Ordinary products suddenly feel more valuable than digital numbers. Fuel lines grow longer as uncertainty spreads through every neighborhood. A few hours seem manageable, but what about several days? What if the payment failure lasts an entire week? Then Alex remembers the cash he once stored away. One loaf of bread now feels more real than thousands. He stops guessing and decides to prepare with clear priorities. At home, he checks what can actually sustain him. Water comes first, because money cannot prevent dehydration. Next comes food that lasts without constant refrigeration or power. Medicine matters more than luxury when systems become unreliable. Light, communication, and stored energy become essential survival tools. A bicycle may outperform a car when fuel becomes unavailable. He builds his plan around survival, not social status. His priorities are water, food, medicine, energy, and movement. The goal is not hoarding, but creating breathing room. With a plan, uncertainty becomes smaller and more manageable. He spends carefully, purchasing only items that solve real problems. Dry food provides dependable nutrition with very little energy. He stores water before the public supply becomes unstable. He learns cooking methods that need minimal electricity or fuel. Basic tools protect resources and extend how long they last. But cash is only backup, never a perfect solution. Too little is useless. Too much creates different risks. He divides emergency cash instead of keeping everything together. He refuses dependence on one bank, device, or method. Resilience begins by removing every single point of failure. Soon, rising prices reveal another hidden weakness inside money. The note looks identical, but it buys less daily. Short supplies make fair pricing difficult for buyers and sellers. Some stores accept cash, while others reject it completely. Elsewhere, people prefer practical goods instead of paper currency. Water is cheap normally, but priceless during a shortage. A forgotten toolkit can suddenly generate valuable income. Skills, time, and reliability begin competing directly with money. Value now depends on usefulness, scarcity, and mutual trust. He begins measuring wealth through capability, not account size. Alex is not preparing alone, and that changes everything. Maya organizes, while Mr. Chen understands local supply needs. A young technician can repair devices and restore communication. Together, they list what everyone has and needs. They map resources, shortages, abilities, and vulnerable households. Alex offers repairs, transportation, and practical mechanical assistance. Maya designs a fair system for storage and distribution. Mr. Chen supplies food carefully, instead of encouraging panic. The student builds backup power and checks damaged electronics. Individually, they are exposed. Together, they become much stronger. Their first exchange is simple, practical, and immediately useful. Alex trades repair work for battery and technical help. Maya manages inventory while Mr. Chen distributes essential food. Nobody becomes rich, but everyone becomes less fragile. They create one board for needs, offers, and updates. Important transactions are written down to prevent future conflict. Water, medicine, and food always receive the highest priority. The elderly, children, and sick households receive help first. No single person controls every resource or important decision. Trust grows stronger when fairness is supported by transparency. But every crisis creates opportunities for criminals and deception. Fraudulent pages can look almost identical to real banking sites. They request secret information and pressure victims to respond quickly. Others promise instant cash through unrealistic cryptocurrency exchange deals. Some sell imaginary products, then disappear after receiving payment. Alex nearly falls for a perfectly timed fraudulent message. An unusual link and urgent language make him stop. The neighbors verify serious claims through several trusted sources. They never share passwords, verification codes, or private details. Critical exchanges are confirmed face-to-face and documented on paper. Alex finally sees finance as a system, not numbers. Banks depend on electricity, communication, transport, stores, and trust. When terminals fail, they use cash or written credit. When transport fails, they purchase from nearby local producers. When fuel disappears, bicycles keep people and supplies moving. When the grid weakens, solar power protects essential equipment. When networks fail, radios and fixed meeting points remain. Alex teaches safe water storage and careful household conservation. Maya creates schedules so supplies move predictably and fairly. Small solutions become powerful when connected into one system. Then another crisis arrives. Electricity fails across the city. Stores close, streets darken, and distribution lines form again. This time, the neighborhood is prepared instead of helpless. They release supplies according to verified household needs. Medical supplies prevent small problems from becoming serious emergencies. Backup power keeps essential lights and communication equipment operating. Bicycles deliver supplies where motor vehicles cannot travel. Skilled cooks transform limited ingredients into efficient shared meals. Verified information replaces dangerous rumors spreading through frightened crowds. Preparation cannot remove hardship, but it prevents immediate chaos. Still, fear and scarcity can make cooperation extremely difficult. Some offer false goods, hoping urgency hides the deception. Others attempt to sell fear at an unreasonable price. The community checks products and documents every serious trade. Important decisions require shared authority, not individual control. Transparency protects trust when emotions threaten to divide everyone. A full safe means little without clean drinking water. A digital fortune cannot purchase dinner through a disabled device. Useful skills keep producing value when formal markets stop. Resilience grows when businesses and residents cooperate openly. Eventually, electricity returns and payment systems slowly recover. Machines glow again, and successful transactions bring visible relief. But Alex and his neighbors refuse to forget everything. They maintain modest reserves instead of returning to dependence. He follows one rule: never depend on one system. He manages expenses and unexpected costs with greater discipline. Preparation does not make him fearful, it makes him calm. Real security combines resources, skills, alternatives, and trustworthy people. True wealth is measured by how many choices remain. Because one broken system should never control your entire life.
What if your salary vanished tomorrow with no warning? No warning, no delay, no deposit, just unsettling silence. Your job still exists, but your income suddenly stops. Bills keep moving forward, even when your money cannot. Rent is due in only 3 very short days. Your refrigerator is already sitting there, only half full. Your banking app looks healthy, but only for now. Yet beneath that balance, the countdown has already begun. Most people confidently believe they would be completely fine. That confidence changes the moment they finally calculate everything. And that is exactly what happened next to Alex. At first, he calmly told this was temporary. Maybe payroll was late and would arrive by afternoon. Maybe the bank had simply delayed the transfer again. Maybe everything would somehow correct itself during the night. But morning arrived with exactly the same empty silence. Then a new email suddenly appeared on his screen. Budget freeze, delayed payments, and absolutely no promised timeline. Suddenly, this was no longer a harmless technical glitch. It had become a real 30-day financial survival test. Day 1 still felt surprisingly calm and completely manageable. By day 3, his shrinking balance felt very different. By day 7, every unpaid bill felt deeply personal. By day 10, stress had entered every ordinary routine. Food was no longer casual. Every price required attention. Even buying coffee stopped feeling automatic or harmless. Small daily luxuries suddenly looked shockingly expensive. Now, convenience finally revealed the real price hidden behind comfort. Alex opened his banking history and studied every transaction. He discovered small financial leaks spreading in every direction. Dozens of tiny charges had formed one quiet monster. There was no single disaster, only constant daily drift. That is exactly how most personal budgets quietly fail. Not dramatically, not instantly, but silently over time. So Alex created one brutally honest financial list. Needs went on one side, wants on the other. Rent, food, utilities, transport, and medicine remained essential. Everything else now had to justify its continued existence. Subscriptions were canceled immediately that evening. Other comfortable habits took much longer to honestly admit. The first spending cut usually hurts your pride most, because spending often feels exactly like personal freedom. Until income disappears, those bright choices fade. Then freedom becomes flexibility, discipline, and room to adapt. Alex called his landlord before doing anything else. Not to beg, but to communicate early and honestly. Silence almost always makes financial problems more expensive. Honest timing created a little precious room to breathe. Next, Alex examined electricity, water, internet, and phone bills. Then he planned every low-cost meal for the month. After that, he compared transport cards, cycling, and fuel. Finally, he uncovered every hidden recurring monthly charge. He stopped building budgets from hope and vague optimism. He measured exactly how many days he could survive. That single change completely transformed every financial decision. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this today?" he asked, "How many survival days will this cost?" One restaurant meal suddenly became 3 precious working hours. One unnecessary gadget became almost 6 survival days. One careless online click became real pressure tomorrow. But cutting expenses was only half of Alex's battle. The other half required creating movement and fresh income. He looked around his apartment with completely different eyes. Not as belongings anymore, but as useful options. Old electronics became the first obvious things to sell. Spare furniture became another source of immediate cash. Clothes he never wore became useful inventory too. Even forgotten tools could become valuable to someone else. Survival truly begins the moment financial denial finally ends. His first successful sale felt strangely emotional and uncomfortable, but fresh cash flow restored a little breathing room. Then Alex forced himself to ask a harder question. What useful thing can I do that people need? Not dream jobs right now, but practical, useful work. He knew how to write clear and simple content. He could organize documents, schedules, deliveries, and daily tasks. He could help local shops move their business online. He could teach beginners basic digital tools patiently. None of these opportunities sounded glamorous or impressive. But during a crisis, useful always beats impressive. He posted small service offers inside several local groups. At first, almost nobody replied to any message. That painful silence is exactly where most people quit. Alex changed the offer, but never changed the goal. He made the promise clearer, easier, faster, and safer. Then his first real client finally sent a message. A bakery owner needed help organizing daily delivery orders. Alex built a simple system using lists and schedules. Within days, the bakery saved valuable time and confusion. Alex earned his first modest payment outside his salary. It was not big money by any reasonable measure, but psychologically, that small payment changed everything inside him. He was no longer sitting passively waiting for rescue. He was rebuilding leverage through skills, savings, and clients. His neighbor Maya noticed the change almost immediately. She followed one practical rule about personal money. Never depend completely on only one financial door. One income, one account, one plan is dangerously fragile. 2 or 3 options create valuable breathing room. That simple sentence remained permanently inside Alex's mind. So he began building a stronger financial structure. First, he accepted a smaller and simpler lifestyle. Then he created a cleaner, more honest monthly budget. Next, he set a clear emergency savings target. Then he developed 2 realistic, reliable, side income paths. Finally, he created one rule for every purchase. Will this purchase buy freedom or create future stress? That one question filtered almost every spending decision. Slowly, the constant panic began disappearing from his life, not because the underlying financial problem had vanished, but because Alex had become stronger than the problem. 30 days later, his delayed salary finally arrived, and then something genuinely surprising happened inside him. He did not suddenly feel wealthy or completely safe. Instead, for the first time, he felt fully aware. A paycheck alone can never guarantee lasting security. Practical skills create security when normal income disappears. Emergency savings create security when life suddenly changes. Flexibility creates security when every original plan fails. So if your salary vanished tomorrow, would you survive?